Hi guys, today's video is going to be something a little different. I know I've been kind of missing for the last month or so. A lot of things have been happening here. We're in the process of trying to buy a house, and I recently also started my business with Doterra, so it's been kind of busy lately. But I've been having this on my heart for a long time to make this video, and I haven't really addressed it out to YouTube, but I do suffer with anxiety and panic attacks, and I just wanted to make this video to show you guys what I do, what helps me, and kind of little tips, and hopefully it helps somebody watching, and that would be just the greatest thing. As long as I was able to help one person, that would be amazing. So the first thing I would say is know your triggers. I have many triggers. I've been having this since 2011, so it's been several years. And so my triggers, I know that when I don't sleep well, when I drink sometimes, when I visit a place that I had already been that I did get anxiety or a panic attack. So when I revisit that place, it kind of triggers those feelings again. When I don't drink as much water, when I skip meals, sometimes it's very random, and I could just be sitting down on the couch watching TV and my heart starts beating, sweaty palms, and I just feel a lot of fear. Obviously it's when you're stressed. That's a very big trigger for a lot of people. So know your triggers, write them down if you need to. A lot of it, you have to work through it. There's some days that I just feel so much anxiety that I feel like I can't even function, but being a mom of two, I have to go and I have to get things done. So even pushing myself like that and realizing that I could do it and I get through it it's an amazing reminder that, you know, it's your mind tries to control you, but you have to control your mind. So it's easier said than done, obviously. But I just wanted to show you a couple things that I do. So one of the things that really helped me is when I'm in the panic, the teas help me a lot. So I tried to do the most natural alternative methods. I was on medication, and it did help, but that wasn't my goal. You know, I did not want to be on medication long term, so everybody's different. Medication works great for some people, some don't, so I just chose the more natural alternative way. So teas. Chamomile is my favorite. There is another one called Tila. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it's also a calming tea. I believe it's Tila. Let's Google it. It's linden flowers. So linden flower. So those are the two teas that work great for me. You could drink them before bed, or they help when actually I'm, you know, having anxiety or a panic attack. For me, I'm so blessed, and I usually get my migraines with panic attacks, so I get those together. So on top of knowing my triggers for anxiety and panic attacks, I have to know my triggers for migraines, and so I have to be on top of everything pretty much. So teas is a good thing. Staying away from caffeine. I know there's tons of coffee lovers out there, but caffeine and alcohol could be triggers for some people. For me, I have to also stay away from chocolate because it's a migraine trigger, which like I just told you guys, it gives me also the panic attacks. So for me also what works is prayer. I believe in God, I'm Christian, so some of the verses I'll leave more down at the description below. But really quickly, one of my favorite ones is Joshua 1:9. It's be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So I'll just leave the other ones, but that one's one of my favorite. Philippians 4:6 is also another big one. Philippians 4:19. So anyways, reading those verses helped me to remind me that I'm not alone. God is with me. It's in God's plan, and I just have to trust Him. I know that God gives me these tools and is helping me, and I am getting better. You asked me when I first started getting them, it was very bad. I couldn't shower alone, I couldn't drive, I couldn't really function. So it's a lot better, and it does get better, and you just have to work at it and don't lose hope, and know that you are not alone when you're suffering with things like this. There's tons of us. I mean, usually the happiest people are the ones that have a lot of anxiety or things that you wouldn't even know. So another thing that helps is biofeedback. One of the techniques that they show you at the biofeedback is belly breathing. So if you don't know what belly breathing is, it's kind of how babies breathe. They breathe in and out from their stomach instead of in and out of their chest. So when we breathe, we usually breathe like especially when some people that hyperventilate when they're having panic attacks, it's all in their chest. So what we have to do is remind ourselves to breathe from our belly in and out, and it will feel weird, and it does take practice. So you kind of have to train that muscle. So go in and out from your belly. It helps that if you put your hand on your belly, and you should feel it go out and in. And so it's your sympathetic nervous system is triggered when you're in panic mode. It's your fight or flight. It increases your anxiousness. So people that have anxiety or have panic attacks are on high alert pretty much all the time. So your sympathetic nervous system is on, 24/7. What we need to learn is to trigger our parasympathetic nervous system, and that one is your calming. It slows your heart rate, and it starts to relax you. So just learning how to do that helps also. One of my favorite things is acupuncture. So I've been doing acupuncture for several years. There's several points throughout the body that help. One of the most common ones are ears, points in your ears. There's acupressure too. There's an ear point, I believe, right here, and just kind of rub it, hold it down, and you can look it up on Google. There's acupressure points, and acupuncture is with the needles. So acupuncture, it's been helping me with both my migraines and my anxiety. Another thing is vitamins. We're very deficient in everything pretty much because our food quality is not the best, so we don't really get the real nutrients that our body needs. But in specific, magnesium. So it's also good for migraines if you guys are any migraine sufferers, but it's good for your nervous system. And what else? So another thing that I do is writing down lists. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I get so jumbled up in my brain, and I try to do so much that when I write something down and I try to organize everything on paper, it somehow relaxes me, and then when even checking things off, I feel accomplished and makes me feel better. So writing down your thoughts, a lot of people journal or write down lists if you feel overwhelmed with things that you have to do. Looking at sayings, putting positive sayings on your phone, on your screen, or on your wall. Just a daily reminder of things that inspire you to, or shift your mind. For example, there's this one saying, interrupt anxiety with gratitude. So when I'm starting to feel a lot of anxiety, instead of focusing so much on the anxiety, sometimes I'll just think, okay, what am I grateful for? And I'll just start saying my daughter, my son, my husband, my home, I'm alive, just simple things. I have a warm meal, I have a warm bed. You know, you just start thinking of even simple things that people usually take for granted, and your mind starts shifting and you start thinking more positive, because when you're in that panic, you just think so negative, and you think you're gonna die, you think, you know, that you're not gonna be able to calm down, and it's just, you know, this vicious cycle. So that helps also. And this one too, this is one of my favorite. This is, you have been assigned this mountain to show it can't be moved. So that's just a positive reminder that I will get through this, even when you go through so many panic and anxiety attacks. You kind of forget, you're like, hey, I did this already. I've gone through this. I overcame this mountain, you know, so kind of remind yourselves like, hey, you did this once, you could do this again. So we tend to forget that. So just having things like that to kind of remind you, hey, you could do this, you know, this is possible. So that helps as well. Another thing that I'm just starting, I'm not very educated in this, but it's called grounding. Again, I'm not an expert about it. I just, you know, started doing it. And so it's supposed to be very calming and anti-inflammatory and healing. So yeah, you just pretty much take off your shoes and step onto dirt or grass and kind of let your body just touch the ground. We never touch the ground anymore. Wear shoes all day or inside. So again, you guys can look it up. It's called grounding. And again, I just started, so not quite there yet with knowing exactly the whole terminology of it all. But one quick thing that my husband wanted me to add is cold showers. So again, he knows more about this, but I just wanted to kind of add it in there. Somehow it's supposed to help with your nerves, and about 5 minutes a day. And I did do it, and I felt so much energy that day. I did feel calm. I didn't feel that much anxiety also, but I did feel a difference. But it's just super hard because you're in there, and sometimes you'll start hyperventilating because it's so cold. But he's been doing it, and yeah, so you guys can look into that too. Cold showers, kind of how that works. But the thing that I use the most, and the thing that I love, is oils. So essential oils. For me, I've been using essential oils for several years for my anxiety, and that kind of helped me transition from the medication to, you know, all these natural alternatives. And specifically, I use Doterra oils, and I fell in love with them, and I became part of Doterra. And so one of my favorite ones are copaiba. So what essential oils are basically, they're the plant's defense, or nature's defense mechanism to bugs, to decay, basically. For example, so when you go out and you see peppermint leaf, you know, you could smell it, but when you rip it off or you like kind of smash it, you could smell it a lot more. So those are the little oil ducts that are under the leaf, and so that's the oil. So they get these oils from plants, they get them from trees, they get them from flowers, you know, they're all natural. So, and they're very, very concentrated. There's no fillers, there's nothing synthetic in here. So these are really good quality, and you could take them internally. A lot of the oils that you're getting at the store, they say don't take them internally, and you know, they do have fillers and, you know, things, they're not 100%. So even though they might claim it. So be really careful when you're doing, you know, essential oils. But so for example, copaiba, this is one of my favorites. This is a very good calming oil, and it does have the same properties as they're having the same properties as cannabis. So, but you don't get high, obviously. So yeah, this is a very calming oil. I put a couple drops under my tongue, and I do start relaxing pretty quick. So another one, bergamot. Bergamot is also another, it's very like a citrus smell. It smells so, it's uplifting, it's happy. So to use these oils, you could use them internally. You could use them aromatically, so put some on your hand, breathe it in, or through a diffuser. So the diffuser, I don't know if you guys have seen, it's just like a little machine, round machine. There's different shapes, but basically you put water in it and you put your oils, and then it diffuses the oil into the air. And so those are the 3 ways that you could use them. So you could have these oils at night while you're sleeping and to help you relax, or you know, while you're in panic or things like that. So frankincense is also a awesome oil. It's thousands of years old. They used this when Jesus was born, and this one's also a calming oil. They have blends as well. They have serenity and balance, and they have, you know, several different oils with them, you know, and these together, they call it liquid Xanax. So it's almost gone. I have like hardly any left, but because I use it so much, it does help me relax. And obviously lavender, you know, this one has very calming properties as well. And so yeah, these are just basically a couple. There's tons of them. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave my information down below, or you guys can email me, and you know, we could talk further, and I could help you if this is something that you would like to know a little bit more about. But I think that's it. I know this is a long video, but I really wanted to get it all out. If there's something else that you guys want me to kind of explain in more detail, I can make another video, but I hope it helps somebody out there. It's something that I've suffered with, and I just would love to know that I help somebody in any way. That would just make my heart so happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys stuck through the end and watched it all. So you guys have a great day. I will hopefully be getting more videos out and DIYs, and I'll be making more DIYs with the oils as well. So if you guys are interested in that, just subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!